Recording in progress. Here we are.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to our Alaskan Wildlife Summer Singles Cruise. My name is CJ Anthony. I'm going to be one of your concierge on this trip. And it's my great privilege to introduce to you our newest concierge, Miriam. She's going to be in training during this cruise, and I'll be training her. She comes to us with a load of experience in tour directing. I've known her for many years, and we're just so happy to have her. She'll be doing the meet and greet, so take it away, Miriam.
All right. Thank you so much, CJ. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's always fun. It's great. It's a great opportunity for me to work with a good friend and also a colleague. And I am so excited to meet you all. I'm happy that you all are here. It's a lot of you. I know some of you have done this before and you probably recognize the format. I will go through some what I call housekeeping items, but start by welcoming you to this amazing Alaskan Wildlife Summer Singles Cruise, which I'm so excited about. I have never been to Alaska before. It's been like very high on my personal bucket list, and I'm sure it's been so high on your bucket list as well. So the objective of this meeting is to give you all an introduction and orientation about this upcoming trip, and of course answer any questions you might have. We're going to try to keep this under an hour because we all have busy lives and all that stuff, and it's evening and knows what's going on. I have muted those that were not muted, and as I said, this session will be recorded, so you will get an email with a link where you can then rewatch this over and over and over if you wish to. I ask that you please withhold any questions until I have gone through this final vacation details. Once I'm done, I'm going to also ask that we have a brief introduction of everyone. Just very brief, just a few things, few lines about who you are, where you live, how many times you traveled with us, and of course, what you're most looking forward to. So let me, without further ado, very briefly, quickly introduce myself. My name is Miriam Borin. I am from Sweden. I'm from Stockholm, Sweden. You will hear an accent. And usually the more tired I am, the heavier the accent. So I go from little accent to all Ingrid Bergman, you know, in a course of a day. I lived in the US for about 20 years. I live in the Hudson Valley in New York, upstate New York. And I work as a tour director, so I lead groups, just like CJ does. I work for various companies, but mostly for Trafalgar and Insight Vacations. I worked for Colette and some others. Most of my tours are at the moment in the US, but I do also a lot of international tours, which I've done for a long time. And my favorite place to go is, of course, anything north. And that includes, of course, all of Scandinavia, but I'm so excited about Alaska. That's the bucket list. My interests are, I love the great outdoors, I love history, and of course, food and wine. What's not to love? And of course, that manifests itself around the hips mostly. I have a professional background. I come from the language industry where I worked in the corporate section for a long time. But I'm so happy to not do that anymore because sitting behind a computer all day is not my thing. And as CJ said, I am the newest tour concierge here at STI, and CJ will be with me as my support, of course, and also somebody who's going to be able to help me make sure we guide us correctly and all that stuff. All right, so that was that. Let me just I know we have a few folks that are new. Just to let you know what's going to happen during this trip. Communication is one of the most important things. We are going to make sure that you know at any given time what's going on. We will provide you with a weekly schedule. We're going to give you daily programs. Every day you get a program because there's so much happening every day on the ship. However, we just ask that you please bring your patience because things can just happen and it can change. So be prepared for changes. as CJ mentioned, Alaska is super popular, and especially this time of the year, it will be crowded. We have a full ship, but you know what? It's a beautiful area where we're going, and it's big and vast, so I'm sure we'll all be able to fit, put it that way. But the ship will be full, so we're gonna have a good time regardless. So when we are together, we're going to be together a lot. I just ask for one big favor from you all. Please come to me with any kind of issues that you encounter or have or questions. Don't wait. Please bring them to me so I can help you or solve them or address it right off the bat. If it happened yesterday, there's not much I can do, but please come to me. That's what I'm here for. So remember that I'm your tour concierge. I'm here to help. I'm here to solve. I'm here to take care of whatever problems you might have, almost at least. Okay. So what do we have to do? Well, we're going to start with, I'm going to start by sharing my screen here because we are going to go over this final, let's see, share my screen. I have so many screens. Oh boy. All right. So can everybody see this? Let's see, there it should be popping up on your screens. You can all see this? Oh, good, awesome. Let's see, so you have all received this, I hope, or have the opportunity to take a look at it. This is the final vacation details, what we call the FVD. This is a great informative sheet, which gives you the overview, of course, of the tour, of the trip, and some useful information. I know some of you already, you know the format, you recognize this, but we're going to just browse through this. And after we're done with this, I'm going to just add a few more informative sections, and then I'm going to open up for questions and, of course, an introduction. Does that sound good, everyone? I know you can't speak, but yeah, thank you so much, Brad. Okay, cool. So let's see, what do we got? All right, introduction, Alaska. Welcome to Alaska, the largest state in the US. Yeah, it's amazing. I have a lot of friends. We have a lot of friends that work there, and they all say the same thing. It's fantastic. So what we do recommend, as we say here in the initial paragraph, print this document and bring this with you. Great information here just to get you started. One of the most important things is here, if you have any questions before we meet up, before June 3rd. Well, actually, that should be a different date here, but you can always call the solo trip or send an email to this. As it says here as well, yeah, I am your tour concierge, and September is here to guide me as well and teach me, and of course give me a useful and constructive critique. But I am your first point of contact, and here you have my telephone number. We ask that you can reach out to me starting on August 3rd, actually. Before that, just contact Singles International with Single Travelers International with any questions you have. This is a very important checklist. The passport. Have you all checked your passports? Make sure it's valid for 6 months after your return date. Many countries, including airlines, do not accept a passport that expires within 6 months of your travel. So make sure, you should have already done this, of course, but that's a good one to remember. Travel insurance. If you don't have travel, I'm going to scroll down because we're going to get back to this. Travel insurance, we do highly recommend that you get travel insurance. And we all know what happened a couple of years ago. We don't have to mention the C word, but we know what happened. You get stuck somewhere, something happens. It can be horribly expensive and difficult to get hauled out of somewhere. Say you're on a cruise ship and you have to be airlifted out of there, and that's going to cost you an arm and a leg and anything else. So we do recommend travel insurance, and if you don't have it and want to get it, just just send us an email and we will take care of it. By now, you should have all filled out the fit and willing to travel commitment, the form. And if you haven't, you find the link here in this document online. So we just ask that you please fill that out. We need that. So there's some useful information that we need from you. During our trip, we want to stay in touch with you, and we do that in various ways. Of course, we meet up all the time. We provide you with all kinds of schedules, and we have a lot of stuff going on. But one of the great things to stay in touch with is WhatsApp. So we do ask, if possible, that you download WhatsApp. Does everybody know what WhatsApp is? Or anybody who does not know what it is? I know it's another app, right? But it's a great app. And one of the things is very safe to use. It's encrypted, end-to-end encrypted. And what we do is we create a group. We create a travel group for this specific group, so we can blast out any messages. And you can, of course, also send messages in return, pictures and whatnot. But WhatsApp is great to use for communicating. And it also works between, say, an iPhone and an Android or a Pixel or whatever phone you might have. So please consider using that. If you need help with getting that installed, there's a video that tells you how to do it. And you can also reach out to me, and I'll be happy to help you with that, get that sorted. All right. Then we have the next thing, check it. Everything is an app nowadays. It's all apps. So Royal Caribbean, they now request that you actually download their app. Is there anyone that has had problems with downloading their app? You can just wave if you've had an issue with that. Everybody's got the app. Looks like you do. Awesome. That app is going to be your everything. You go to place. Course. You're going to have your CPAS in there. You're going to check your account. You're going to see what's going on. You can book your excursions and whatnot. So that app, also check in on that app. You have to use that app. You can also, of course, use the website, but they do kind of direct you to this app. It's easy, but let me know if you have any issues with this. All right. Let's see what else. Well, this is the meet and greet. This is where we're at right now. So we're going to skip right over to this. Now, socialize. This is a trip meant to socialize. It's why it's called Singles Travelers International, because we are single travelers. And for various reasons, right? But we ask that you please update your profiles if you haven't done so on the website. When I talk about the website, I talk about the Single Travelers International website. Put your photo up there if you haven't done so. Add whatever information you want to share with us, a little bit about your background. Give us a little bit more about who you are, because we love reading those profiles to find out who you are. You don't have to write anything incriminating if you don't want to, but we want to know a little bit about you, because the more we know about you in advance, hey, the better it is. Then we go, oh yeah, Rick, I know about you, or Deborah, I know about you. I saw that thing, or whatever. It's good fun. Okay, so consider that. All right, so this is a little more information. You just scroll through this. We have a merch store. Merchandise is important, and all this stuff about how to follow us on Facebook. Excuse me, I have my boss here coming through. There you go. That was the tail of my boss. She's just giving up. Okay. Now, the day where we start our trip, the day of, which is the pre-cruise day, right? If you need any assistance, of course, up until we get to the trip, contact Singles Travelers International. This is the number. It's also in the heading of this letter. Emergency contacts, let me know on the day of. If there's any issues with your flight, if you're getting delayed, something's going on, please let me know. That horrible what if that can strike at any time where it's inconvenient, whether it's a flat tire, whether it's you got a cold, or what if that is something that can happen. But let us know as soon as possible if something is going on. At the airport, you know how to check in and deal with that. I'm a stickler for getting my seat. That's me, right? Yeah, see Janetta, she's like, yep, I'm a window person, so I'm like, I am on it right off the bat. Like, I gotta get my seat, and I hate middle seats. Who loves a middle seat, honestly? What's the etiquette for sitting in a middle seat? Who gets the armrest and all that stuff? It's always interesting, right? And what if this guy is doing the spreading into your zone? It's all these things. It's like crazy. But the more you're preparing your own trip, the better, the happier you're gonna be when we see you in Seattle. Of course, in terms of luggage, this thing is a moving target. I know. The recommendation, I just read an big article about how to travel. They really do recommend you do not check your luggage, but I can't ever see myself not checking luggage, because I'm a 2-bag kind of person. To check in bags, by the way, because I love to bring everything, unfortunately, because I need options. Depends on what kind of day I have, and I'm sure many of you can relate to that. Now, in speaking of luggage, if your luggage is delayed, lost, going in a different direction, you need to act quickly. One of the most important things, and I know CJ talks about this, and I'm one that does that too. When you get that luggage tag after you have checked in, and they stick that on the back of your boarding pass, flip that over, take a photo of it. This way you have a copy of that. That is your most important document, because this tracks your bag. We can track your bag anywhere in the world, wherever it goes. So it's great. So don't lose that. I mean, obviously the airline can get that for you, but if you have everything available in your phone or whatever, just keep that in mind. All right. So if you lose your luggage, or they lose your luggage, I'm not thinking you're going to lose your own luggage. You have to take care of it right away at the airport, and let me know, because we have a shrinking time window. We need to get those bags. Usually the airlines are super good with getting all those bags back. So just you can read here what to do and all that stuff, but act immediately when you're at the airport. All right. This is the arrival list. This is not the complete list. It's not the latest version of it. So some of you say, oh, hey, I gave you we have it. So there's only a couple of people that we're missing information from, and you have all been contacted or will be contacted by Catherine. So we just need to have your flight info so we can help you with booking the transfer from the ship to the airport. Okay, arrival in Seattle, transfer to the hotel. Now remember, the hotel we're staying at is called the Sheraton Seattle. Let's say Sheraton Grand Seattle or something in that order. This is not the only Sheraton in town, but this is the Sheraton Grand in Seattle. Sheraton Grand in Seattle, okay? And the address is in the paperwork. If you need me to tell it to you or write it down for you, I'd be happy to do that. At the airport, how you get from the airport to the hotel, a taxi, $45 to $55. I checked what the price for an Uber is. It depends on demand and time and all that stuff. It looks like it's going to be about the same, maybe 55 to 60 again, depending on what time it is when you arrive. And I saw that in the trip chat that several of you are already carpooling to get into town, because it's a kind of a hefty price tag. So try to hook up with somebody via the trip chat on the website and see if you can share cabs. Anything you can do to save money. Oh yeah, here's the address. Sheraton Grand Seattle, 1400 6th Avenue. It's a great location. It's close to what's Union Square, right? And all of you are coming in on the 3rd. There's a few, there's one gentleman who lives nearby and he's going to drive. So I hope he will join us that day. All right, so what's going to happen when we get in? Well, first off, you arrive whatever time you arrive. We're going to have an hospitality desk between 3 o'clock to 4:30 in the hotel lobby, which is going to be on the north side of the lobby. They know, of course, at the front desk where we'll be. Meet us, get your welcome package, and we can answer any questions, all that stuff. And we'll tell you a little more about what we have planned. And this is the first time we get to meet you. So we're very, very excited about this. All right. Then, of course, we start with what's the most fun part. We start with the happy hour. We love happy hour. And we're going to have a happy hour in the Fountain Wine Bar, which is at the hotel. So this is at your own expense. But we're going to get started and start mixing together. In the evening, we'll have an optional dinner. We're looking at restaurants right now. CJ and I are going to try to pick something really cool and fun and nice. Where we go together as a group and enjoy our first meal together. The day after, day 2. All right, so we call it Breakfast Club. For you who are new to SGI, this is something we call it our Breakfast Club. We have that every morning wherever we are on the ship or even here on land. So we meet up for breakfast and get to know each other in the morning, all bushy-tailed and bright-eyed, and you get to meet each other again. And so breakfast will be served in what's called Adler and Ash. It's on the 2nd floor in the hotel. We'll give you all these details. You don't have to remember it right now. It's going to be at the hotel. And it looks like it's a nice buffet, actually. Then we're going to have the welcome meeting. These times are subject to change. You're going to get a weekly from us sent to you. And it will give you very, very detailed timings because we want to be very, very specific this morning because first day on the trip and where am I going to go, what time, what am I doing, and all that stuff. So we're going to make sure we give you as much information as possible without overwhelming you. But we're here to answer your questions. The welcome meeting, of course, is here to tell you what's going to happen in the beginning and what to do when you get on board. There's some important things that needs to be addressed right off the bat. One of the most important things that we need to impress on you is the safety briefing. This is something that the ship, they're of course very adamant about this. This has to be done. It's called, safety briefing. And guess what? It's done in the app, in the Royal Caribbean app. Yeah, it used to be that you have to bring your life jacket and you have to squish up together, standing there on deck, wondering, where am I doing? Where am I going? And who is this? And why is this guy standing in front of me and all that stuff? Nowadays, hey, it's all in the app. However, you need to watch a few videos. They should be, it looked like they were already available in the app. Maybe some of you have already checked them out. But you just scroll, it says safety, little icon, it says safety. And once you click on that, zoom, down comes all the videos, and it will tell you that you will have to go to a specific muster station, and it will tell you where that muster station is, and you'll bring your phone, and they will say, okay, show me your CPAS, and then you bring that up, which is in the app, and then go, boop, and they scan it. And that means you have been checked off, and you are free to go. That's the safety briefing. And your muster station, super easy. If you don't want to do the safety briefing on your phone, you can also do it on the TV in your stateroom. So there is that. Okay, once that is done, so you have time to do this. You have a few hours to do this, but it has to be done before the ship departs. All right. Oh, the boss is coming back. There we go. Excuse me, I'm gonna tell her to go to the side. Okay, right. What else do we have here? Okay, yes. So we are going to transfer from the hotel at 12 o'clock. We have requested that you all pick a check-in time at 12:30. If you don't have it exactly at 12:30, don't worry about it. We are going, CJ and I are gonna make sure we as a group get to check in at the same time. Remember, this is a lot of people, and it's not like we're going to be there on board at 12:30. I know many of you have been on cruises. You know exactly how this works. Every port is different, and I'm sure there will be some chaos, but we're going to do our best to just mitigate any kind of stress and just make sure things run smoothly. But don't stress if you have a boarding time that says 3 o'clock or 11. Don't worry about it. We'll take care of you. We're going to make sure you get on board, okay? Don't worry about it. Nobody gets left behind on this one. Okay. And the ship sails away at 4, of course. And we have a lot of stuff fixed, so planned. So we're not going to delve into detail. But here you see, we're going to have a little sail away party in the Sunshine Bar and all that stuff. We're going to give you all that information. More information to come. Okay. I wanted to see, let's see, what else do we have here? Oh yeah, oh, now we're coming to the goodies. I want to back up here for a second, wait a minute. So one thing I wanted to just remind you regarding luggage, you all have to print out your bag tags, okay, this is a bag tag. Oh, can you see that? I have this thing, this is my bag tag. You print that out on the website. And if you have problems printing it out, they can print it out on site, but it's actually quicker if you can print these out on your own. It's just a paper, and then you fold it. It's like origami. Super easy. They even have lines to tell you how to fold it. Super. So that one, you then put on around your handle and snip it on. Do that when we are at the hotel, because if you do that when you're traveling from home, that thing is going to fall off in the process, right? Yeah, because it's just a piece of paper. We only need that to get on board the ship. But don't worry, if you don't have it with you, we're going to make sure we get it printed. But try to print that at home, and then we'll get that stuck on your bags while we are in Seattle. All right. Okay, onboard purchases. Yay. All right, here we go. Well, what do we need? Well, let's start with onboard purchases. Yeah, you have, when you sign into the app, you give them your reference number, and they're going to ask for your credit card. You already have that because they want to be able to charge anything that you buy, of course. And what do you want to buy? Well, there's a lot of things one want to buy, and what you will buy and have to buy and all that stuff. So let me get back on that. But one thing, when we are in Canada, because of course we have to go through British Columbia to get to Alaska. How much money do I need in Canada? We're going to be in Victoria, beautiful, beautiful Victoria. One day, you don't need much money there. You know, they take credit cards there as well. And it's super easy to get money. I personally don't recommend people using like an exchange service. I just take out the money in the ATM. That's the easiest way to do it, or just pay with a credit card. But what else is it that you do on board? What purchases do you do on board? Well, anything basically. So cocktails, excursions, tips for the crew, shopping, whatever you can imagine it. So that is all, it's going to be on your tab. So you can also follow that tab, see where you're at with your expenses. Good. I think personally, it's a good thing to keep an eye on that, because it's easy to kind of get a little carried away, talking from my own expenses here. Of course, shore excursions, there's a lot, and I'm sure you've looked at the shore excursions. There's a lot to choose from. And you can book them directly from, the app, right? You can see actually that some of these have already sold out. My recommendation is book those that you can see those that are really, really popular, they go super quick. So take a minute and pick quickly, hey, maybe this is going to be one that I want to do. And you know what? I see that some of you in the trip chat have already talked about, this is what I want to do. Anybody else want to do it? So do that, talk to each other and say, I'm interested in this one in Sitka. I want to do that in Juneau, whatever. CJ and I will be at hand. For those who don't want to do excursions, when we are at land, we're going to go ashore with you. We're not tour guides at this point, you know, we're just your best buddy, and we're going to be out there walking and checking out the town with you. So if you want to hang out with us, we are super happy if you want to do that. All right. And of course, we arrange meetings for you who don't want to get off. You may want to just chill and hang out on the boat all day. That's totally fine. But we have set up like a lunch so you get together, because we don't want anybody to feel like they're left alone or, you know, to their own device. There's always like checkpoints. We have something we call home base. We're going to set up a home base where you feel like I can always go to home base and somebody's going to hopefully be there, right? So we'll talk more about that. All right. But yeah, check out the trip chat and see if what everybody has booked, and share like your ideas or thoughts about that. Okay, we do eat together a lot. We eat a lot. That's what you do on a cruise ship, right? You eat and you nap and you have a good time, and then we get to dance it off at night. So we have, of course, dining together. We have breakfast together. We have lunch together and all that stuff. Yes, we're going to be so tight together, like a close family. We're all going to be really tight with each other. There are a few that have picked specialty dining. This is what we have right now. These are the folks that have picked their specialty dining. I'm not going to delve deeper into this, but there's always these specialty restaurants. But, you know, our focus is to get you all together. This is we're traveling as a group. However, if you feel like you want to do specialty dining, contact me or CJ, and we'll take your names and we'll try to get you in on the same booking. We can't guarantee it, but, you know, just let us know if you're interested in any kind of specialty dining. All right. And of course, dietary, let's just take away the word diet, but let's just call it food requirements, or, you know, the word diet does not exist. You're on vacation. But let us know if there's any kind of dietary issues that you might have. Also, remember, when we're having dinner, lunch, we do have our own tables at dinner, right? But we move around all the time, and the waiters may be different. So make sure you communicate with the waiter. Say, hey, listen, I'm allergic to onions, or, you know, I can't eat dairy. Just make sure that you communicate that clearly with the waiter. It sounds repetitive, but, you know, it may not be the same waiter every day. So just do that. All right, theme nights. Yes. Yeah, I'm obsessing about this one. Oh my gosh, I'm like scouting for what to wear. I'm a person who never wears white, but we have a white night because you've heard of the white nights, right? That's a thing. It's a thing. And 60s night, groovy baby. That this is CJ's brainchild. She loves this stuff. I'm personally like, oh my God, what am I gonna wear? Anyway, but yeah, break out those love beads and peace signs and, you know, reminisce. How was it? What did we do in the 60s? Do I even remember what I did in the 60s? Should I remember what I did in the 60s? Yeah, but this is gonna be really fun. So yeah, think groovy, baby. And we have these on the agenda as well already. In fact, we have a 60s night when they have a 70s night on the ship. So this is going to be a meeting of the decades. And of course, if you have an STI t-shirt, bring it with you. Why not? You know, why not? And, you know, this is the thing. Many of us have talents that others may find interesting. So let's say you're really good at origami. Hey, why not sit down in the library and, you know, let us know. We'll get some paper together and we'll sit down and have an origami class, you know, whatever. Or you're really good at ukulele. See if I can hunt down a ukulele for you, and then we'll sing or whatever. Anyway, more information. Yeah, here we do have a few, this is the departure flights when we have transfers from the ship to the airport. We have all our information. There's just a couple, Richard and Deborah W. I think you've been contacted at this point, or will be contacted. We just want to know what time your departure is, and if you want us to arrange for your ship to airport, but we don't have to solve that right now. All right. So transfer to the airport, that's the transfer to the airport from the ship. It's not included in the price. So this is something we will bring up during our meetings we have during the trip. All right, weather, yeah. Has anybody checked the weather in Alaska lately? It's cold. Well, I mean, right? I don't know where it is you live, but I'm in upstate New York, and it was 85 degrees here today and humid. We're not going to have that in Alaska. So just check the weather, dress accordingly. You've heard this before, dress in layers, 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 layers. Think spring. Well, it depends where you live, right? So, I mean, if you live in Nevada, you're gonna go, what do you mean spring? It's hot or not hot, that's it. Yeah, you're adults, you know what to bring, but it will get pretty darn cold. And we may also see some rain, right? So bring an umbrella, bring a rain jacket. I would say rather than an umbrella, bring rain jacket. Even maybe rain pants, right? Of course, casual, comfortable. There's a formal night on board, so consider that. You don't have to bring your best, glitter outfit and pearls, but formal is nice, comfortable, but look nice. No shorts for dinner. They won't allow shorts and tank tops, bikini tops in the dining room. Who wants to see that? At least not when they're eating. So think about that. What to wear, right? You don't have to break out your black tails either, but you know what to wear. Okay, medication. I want to know if any one of you have medication that needs to be cooled or stay frozen. Please let me know as soon as possible, because I will then contact specialty services, because we will figure that out. Just let me know. You can just send me a text or let us know through the email if you have that need. Now, internet. Can you remember a time when there was no internet? I can't. Anyway, internet, super important, right? We want to stay in touch with folks. And of course, we want to stay in touch with you. Internet, you have to pay a price for that. You can buy it now. It's cheaper if you buy it in advance. It's $20.99 per day for one device. I guess you can pick actually what days you want it, but just keep that in mind. When we're ashore, probably you'll have Wi-Fi or internet. It depends on your provider. I mean, Alaska is, after all, America. So you should be able to get that. But during sailing and whatnot, it could be difficult to get in touch if you do not have internet. There is a communication module in the app. CJ and I will not use that. And the reason is because it doesn't push messages through. The messages don't come through at once. That's why we want to use WhatsApp. There's also something called a phone, like a landline. Have you heard of that? You remember those days where it was a landline? You have a phone in your cabin. If we can't get hold of you, or we haven't seen you for a while, or we can't track you down, yeah, we're gonna call your room and leave a message. Remember those days when you lifted a handset and go, hello? Aha, and it had a cord coming out of it, and it was hooked to a machine, and there was actually messages on it. Yeah, so that's old school. We will resort to old school if we have to, because we're all different. We all have our different preferences and way, but communication is super important, of course. Well, what's included in your cruise package? You can see this yourself, all this stuff that is included. I'm not going to go through every one of this. I'm going to now just scroll down. What's not included? Well, your airfare and transfers. You already know this. Yeah, you are responsible for your beverages because who knows, some of you may be drinking like horses and some of you don't drink at all. There are different beverages packages for alcohol, non-alcohol, water, coffee, soda. I have never seen so many beverage packages in my life. But you can pick and choose, of course, what you want. And I know some of you might be the Diamond members and you get drinks and all that included. Yeah, Brad, thumbs up. Hey, I'm going to stay close to you, man, and see what you're getting. If you don't fill your quota, I'm saying, and that's what I mean. If you need help, Anyway, but what else is not included? Well, shore tours, gambling, shopping, and gratuities to the ship crew and to yours truly, CJ and I. That we have a fee here or a rate here that we suggest. That's not included. But who are we and what do we do for you? Well, we do a lot of stuff. As I think CJ actually famously said, we are like your human selfie stick. We are the ones taking photos, we're making movies, we're making sure fun things happen, and we're here for you. So that's our role, that's our job and pleasure. So this is why you have us with you. So we appreciate your consideration and generosity and kindness in this matter. Of course, other cabin incidentals such as laundry, phone calls, if you want to call, who knows, Burkina Faso, whatever, that's not included. And of course, internet access. All right, so here's a whole paragraph about compensation for CJ and I. So please read that. We appreciate that. Again, we really appreciate your kindness here. One thing that we really would like to stress, both CJ and I have extensive experience from doing what we do, but we also traveled and led groups during the pandemic. And it brought out the best and sometimes the worst in people, right? So we call it play nice, play nice, be nice, be kind. I always say, be kind, be honest, but you know, we'd like to side on the side of being polite and friendly and helpful and all that stuff. We are traveling as a group. It's hard sometimes to travel with a group. You know, you're going to meet strangers you've never met before. Well, some of you have met each other, I know that. But we just ask that you please be kind and play nice. But we have really, STI has really nailed it down here. I'm very happy that we're very, very detailed what we accept and don't accept. But you know, you're here to have fun and you're here to enjoy yourself. So it's great that we want everybody to understand what the ground rules are. Okay. And we keep scrolling down here, and then there's a little bit of information here of trip credits and stuff like that. I'm not going to go into that in detail. I think we're coming to the end of this long document. Yeah, it's long, I know, but it's very useful information in this. Okay, let's see. That was that. Let me go to boom, boom, boom. The website. Yes, I know you've all been on the website. And this is website, of course, we have our own information here. And this is the travel document that I've just had up here. You see where I'm hovering my mouse here? Boom, boom, boom. That's where you go. And then, of course, the trip chat. That's one of my favorites. I can see here what's going on. Oh, yeah, I know exactly what you're all writing. But hey, this trip chat is going to be active up until the trip starts. Then it disappears. And then after that, we're going to have to stay in touch with each other through WhatsApp or, you know, interface like, you know, humans. So communication for us, again, it's a huge thing. If you don't want to, you need to communicate with us and we're going to communicate with you. That's why we stress the usage of WhatsApp, getting the internet package. Of course, we make a point of staying in touch and communicating and hanging out with you each one every day. And one of the best times to do that is during dinner. That's also where we will hand out the daily schedule, the schedule for the day after. If somebody's missing, we will hand deliver that to your stateroom, and we will stand there until we actually lay eyes on you to make sure you're okay and everything is fine. So we make sure to connect with you all the time. Yeah, so just, check that phone in your cabin for any messages. All right. What else? Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Oh, one thing, even though we're not in COVID times anymore, again, about playing nice and being considerate, and both CJ and I have had COVID a lot of times. It feels like, right? And it's still out there. I don't want to scare anyone, but it's still out there. It's up to you if you want to wear a mask. It's totally up to you. We will probably wear a mask where it's really crowded. We do that as a professional courtesy, because we want our guests, our group, to feel comfortable. If there's a lot of people around, or if I feel like I have a sniffle coming on, I'm going to put on a mask because I don't want you to feel uncomfortable in my presence. Also, if you know that you have, maybe, I have asthma, or you have whatever underlying condition, if you want to wear a mask, please feel free to do so. There's no judgment in that. We just ask that you stay safe and keep others safe. So your comfort and everybody else's safety is very much on our mind, but it's up to each and everyone. Yeah, I think I come to the end of the line of this long introduction, and you're still alive. I see you're still alive. That's awesome. Signs of life. And I am going to, let's see, what am I going to do here? I'm going to stop sharing. Boom. There, and so you can see each other, and I'm gonna ask that you guys actually introduce yourselves briefly, and then we're gonna let loose with the Q&A. Or maybe you want to do the Q&A now. I know you have questions. Do you want to do let's do the questions first, actually, because who knows. So feel free to unmute yourselves and hurl questions at me.
I have a question.
Yes, Robin.
Okay. I like to eat dinner early. And because I like to do the intermittent fasting, I don't like to eat breakfast within 12 hours of dinner. And
Yep.
so can there be, I'd rather do that. Can there be a group that has an early dinner? I don't know if I requested that because STI seem to want everyone to eat together in the later
Understand.
dinner.
Yeah, I fully understand where you're coming from. I totally get it. And we have a late, I know we have a late dinner, and that's gonna mess with your you have the 16/8 schedule or whatever schedule you're on, right?
No, I just like to eat early and have breakfast early. Yeah.
Years ago, it looks like Deborah is also interested in an early dinner. So we may have a few of you. Thank you, Deborah. So that may work out just really well. So let me take a note of that, and we make sure we take care of that. We hope we get to see you other meals, of course, but we just want to make sure everybody is taken care of and get their needs fulfilled. So thank you for raising that, Robin, and thank you, Deborah, for joining that. All right.
I have some other questions, if I may.
Of course. Go ahead.
Okay. Can we pack wine in our luggage, not our carry-on, but our regular luggage? Do they have a problem with that? 2 bottles?
Okay. Excellent question, Robin.
Excellent question.
Excellent question. You're allowed to bring 1 bottle.
1? I thought it was 2.
Oh, well, I read the thing yesterday and it said 1 wine bottle.
They're not going to know. It's in our pack bag. So, okay.
They go through it. So I just want to make sure that you are aware. But it's in your in the cruise documents. And Brad, you may be right, but I read it yesterday because I want to know.
I thought it was 2.
And they were very specific with what you could not. And I was like waiting for them to go, I hope it's not champagne. I hope it's not wine, right? But wine and champagne, you can bring. I think you can bring a beer, but it's a very limited amount. They do recommend that you put it in your carry-on, because if
No.
it's in your bag, your
Oh.
checked-in bag, they're gonna take it
How do they know what's in our checked-in bag?
because everything gets scanned.
They x-ray it.
They scan
Oh.
it. Yeah.
I see. Oh, okay, that's good to know.
Yes.
Also another question.
Yeah.
This is my first STI cruise, but
Yeah.
I've been on lots of cruises and
Yeah.
stuff. But sounds very, it's organized, but I like to do my own thing. I'll go to all the art auctions that there are, and you might have something else scheduled during that. And I might want to go to an origami class or even a singles meetup that they have on the cruise where you might have something else. So we're free to do whatever we want, right?
Yes, you are.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
You know, it's your vacation, Robin. It's your vacation. We're here for you. If you want to hang out, that's it. You choose, but you do you. And, you know, and you come back to us whenever you want to.
Okay.
All right?
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I have a quick question.
Absolutely.
There's only one formal night?
That's what I've seen. Yes. CJ,
Okay.
you can confirm that, right?
No, I think there's two.
Oh,
Yeah, usually there's two on a Saturday.
Yes, there are
Okay.
two. It's usually day 2, the day after you get on, right?
yeah.
And they call it dress to
Best to
impress.
impress. Yeah.
However
Okay.
you want to interpret that. And then it would be, I believe, the
Oh,
next.
you're right. Yes. Day 6 as well.
CJ.
Yes. Yes.
Because they do it on day 6, so they can sell you the pictures on day 7 before you leave on day 8.
That's right.
So
That's right.
yes, there is, right. You've got it.
Yeah, thank
Okay.
you. Yeah, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you're right. All right. Great question. And I sit corrected.
No, it's okay. Uh,
Any other questions?
Yeah, I have
I have a
question.
question for, oh, go ahead. Who is first?
Dan,
I
You
was
said
just
to
wondering-
print luggage tags. And I didn't catch where we find those to print.
okay. What I did, Ed, I went on the website and logged in to my account because it's the same credentials. And then it said, let me see, hang on. I can actually pull this up. Give me a sec. And I will show you. Give me a second. I will put this up.
You can print out a package from Royal Caribbean and they have a
Yeah,
luggage tag in there, or
Yeah.
you can print out extra luggage tags. the
that's right.
package.
That's right. Let's see. I'm gonna
I didn't get
just,
anything from them, so.
yeah,
okay.
it's in your account.
It says, yeah. Can you see this screen? All right.
Mhm.
So it's on the, you have one upcoming cruise, and then it goes, view boarding pass. Zoom, zoom, and takes. And here you go, view, and then your reservation comes up here. Beautiful photo, CJ. I don't know what happened there.
Shut up. I'm doing a fish.
I
I'm a
know.
I'm a dolphin.
And then view luggage tags, and then this comes up.
Okay.
Thank
Did you
you.
follow that, Ed? Was that clear? And then you can download it. You can click on this, or you can print it directly from the screen.
Thank you.
You got it.
Also, on that same part, it says view set sail pass, and you can see it
Yeah.
on your account. And if you push on that, you can print out a copy if you want to have a hard copy of your QR code, just in case something goes wrong with your phone. I just did that. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
The other day. So
Yeah.
also sometimes people like that because then you don't have to worry about your phone running out.
Yeah.
And having it on all the time. So you can get that at the same time as your luggage tags.
Excellent. Yeah. Dan, you had a question.
Yeah, what's in the rooms on the ship? Is there refrigerators or safes, stuff like that? Do we know?
That's a great question. I was looking for that information today because I was looking for fridge. Usually, I think most staterooms have a fridge, no freezer.
Okay.
Safe, usually they do have. They don't have, it used to be that you could have a coffee maker or an iron, but no,
No.
there's nothing like that anymore at all. It's
Okay,
pretty stripped down.
okay,
Your best source of information, if you need anything specific, is your room attendant. They are there to help you with whatever you might need. Is there anything specific that you were looking for?
well, if I have some prescriptions that I travel with and they
Yep.
need to be
Mm.
kept cool, and you said something about
Yeah,
you could arrange that, so I may not know until I get there, basically, but then it could be arranged after that.
I'm taking a note on that because we're going to contact special services and let them know who among us needs
Okay.
to have cooling, So
Okay,
that's that's great. I really appreciate that you bring that up because that's,
okay,
I don't think all the cabins have refrigerators, maybe some of the inside cabins, some of them do not have refrigerators. I
okay,
believe,
Right.
in some places, but
Yeah.
but the upgraded cabins do.
all right, good.
Yeah.
I think everybody's probably
Um,
getting a balcony or something.
correct.
And you said we could email you if we had anything. Is that in this packet? I didn't see your
Yeah.
email address.
There's an email address. You see that it goes to single travelers and they will then relay whatever it
Okay,
is.
so it's that, I sent something earlier, is it service at seniors travelers or singles travelers?
Hang on.
Anyway, well, I'll find it.
Yes.
Yeah, service of
It's-
single travels.
Service, yeah, something like that, because we have a whole customer service team that takes care of that. We don't really service at single travel and travelintil.com.
Okay, right, okay.
You have it in the
Sounds good.
document, yeah. All right, Brad.
And
you
it
had a
looks like
question?
there's
Sorry.
like 25 travelers on this?
26 plus CJ and I.
26? Okay. All right,
No,
sounds good, thank you.
All right, Brad?
I was going to ask you on the WhatsApp, will you guys be loading your group and stuff on there? And because we used it in the last trip to Montreal.
Yeah.
And it worked really good.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I'm saying you guys will load the group on there and.
Yeah.
I believe you'll have like two different ones, one for the group where only the administrator, you guys can send
Yeah.
out messages, no one can reply, and then you have another one where you can. You can text back.
you have my and CJ's number anyway, so you can create your own group by us, just us. So you'll find us under that number. That's our account on WhatsApp.
And also, I changed my return flight
Okay,
from Seattle to Atlanta.
Mhm.
And I can email it to you guys, text it to you. But I'm leaving at an earlier flight.
okay,
Mhm.
Didn't know it was available until I started looking, so I just changed that today.
okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, that would be great, super helpful, because that's gonna affect your transfer.
Yeah, and I know you talk about the weather and stuff, it won't be really too bad, but when you go through that inside passage, you want to look at the glaciers and you're gonna go up on the top deck, it is cold.
It is cold, yeah.
Been there, done that.
Been there.
It's cold on that top deck.
Well, that's good to know.
That's right. If I can just address the weather, and layering is the best. I've gone to Alaska a few times, and roughly it can be anywhere from like 55 to 80. Sometimes it gets warm. The average high in Juneau is 67. It was a freak thing, but on one day in Alaska on our way back, it was so hot I got sunburned. So you never know. And I am fair skinned, but so how do you layer? If you bring like a jacket or a windbreaker, and beneath that you have a sweater, sweatshirt, fleece jacket, and then you have your t-shirt, right? Or a long sleeved shirt. So you can just peel a layer off and like an onion, right? So you can control the temperature, because it will vary. Then you'll go into a saloon in Skagway and it'll be 90 degrees in the building, right? So you wanna just make sure you layer. And you're right, once you get on that top deck, it can be cold, so yes. Great. Oh, I also want to say about the WhatsApp. When we're at sea, you do need the internet package.
Yeah.
To get any sort of text. from us. And that includes WhatsApp. It's on sale right now in the app, if that's something you want to do, or you can do it with your cell phone provider, either way.
No, the WhatsApp was free. What do you mean
Yeah.
it's on sale?
No,
Oh,
what's,
with
what's,
the internet on both.
yeah, yes.
On the boat, you
Yes.
can't get WhatsApp unless you have the internet, right?
Got it.
So, mhm.
Yeah, you need internet connection. And there's a lot of things that are cheaper now, of course, pre-sale. Again, check out the app and you can see that they have a lot of price reductions right now. So just saying, once you get on the ship, everything gets a little hiked up in price. Listen, guys, we're at an hour mark already. Let's save that intro. I know we're eager to know more about each other, but let's save that for our happy hour, or when we meet each other in Seattle. That's going to be a great icebreaker, having everybody just give a brief intro of each other. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but let me know if you have any more questions, please. Any
So
more?
as far as dinner, you said we're eating late. What time is that?
So I'm going to be absolutely honest. It's somewhere between 7:30 to 8 o'clock. We have been giving conflicting information, which is amazing. It's turned out to be we're kind of snickering about that, CJ and I, but it's going to be either somewhere between 7:30 to 8 o'clock, and this to be announced, right? But
Right.
that's so I know it's late. For many, that's a very late time. The early dinner is at 5:15, which is very early on their hand. So it's like early or late. It's the way it is, folks. I am sorry about that, but they get to dictate. They want to match it, of course, with seatings and shows and all that stuff. So
Sure.
that's a great question. And Linda, listen, if you are interested in the earlier dining, you have two wonderful ladies who would love to have your company. So
Okay,
Just
I'll think about it. Thank you.
yeah, of course, just let us know so we make sure we slot you in correctly.
Okay.
And there's one thing about the dining. People don't know, some of the ships, the later ships got that zone 270 or something. It's a fabulous place to go. They got a good
Yes.
show in there, but they
Yeah.
also have food. And everybody gets on the ship. First thing we want to do is go to the Windjammer, and it's just crazy.
And
That
we're
time
going
of the
to,
day.
yeah.
So I would recommend going to I can't pronounce it right, zone 270 or 570.
Yeah,
something like that.
270. Yeah, that's
you
what
can
we,
get-
That's what
Yeah,
we're
you can
doing.
get-
Yeah.
Yeah,
we'll do the same. We've already planned that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good space.
I
Sorry.
have a question. There's pools, right, on the ship?
Yeah.
You can go swimming even though it's in Alaska and it's cold?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are
Just
the
bring a
pools
wetsuit.
heated?
No.
Are the pools heated on the,
Yeah.
Ship?
They're very warm. They're very
they're
warm.
heated and they're in that
Yeah.
solar?
They have in the solarium. They have it's
Oh,
called a
okay.
solarium. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay,
I think
good.
they have 2 or 3 pools, right? God, how many pools they have?
I think there's like 8.
at
7 or
least. It feels
Yeah.
like there's a lot of pools.
They're not 8.
You caught me unaware here.
I was
Hang
looking
on.
at something else. I don't know.
Another question. Do you know anything about the shows that they have on the ship?
Yeah, there is 2 shows, and actually, Brad, you touched upon it. The 270s. That's the end at the aft of the ship. It's a smaller little theater. They have this like super high tech music experience, immersive thing. It's 40 minutes long. It's called Spectre or something like that.
That's
We're gonna.
awesome.
You liked it? Oh, cool.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it was awesome.
Okay, so we're gonna CJ and I have we're gonna see if we can get tickets for everyone. It runs twice a night during 3 days. So we're gonna try to get tickets for everyone. I mean, it's free, obviously, but you need to get tickets, or you can reserve that.
There was an email or something about a cabaret thing, and I
Cabaret.
signed up for it, but it's complimentary.
Yeah,
So
it's that one. I think it's the Spectre you're referring to there.
it could be, yeah.
And then they
Yes.
have the theater, the big theater, but we don't really know yet what's going to happen there. We don't have the full program. It's not been released yet.
Okay.
We're hoping to get that maybe 2 weeks before the trip.
It will also go into your app. All of a sudden,
Yeah.
one day you'll see all sorts of things
Yeah,
in your
popping up.
app about the quizzes, the shows, pretty much everything, of course, subject to change.
Yeah.
About the Spectra show, looking at our schedule, if you can see it in your app and you want to reserve a ticket now, I would suggest day 5
Day 5, okay.
at 7 o'clock. Day 5 at 7. That's the one we're going to try to get for everyone. But if you want to help us out to try and get it, if that's something you're interested in, again, there's going to be tons of other shows that you don't have to reserve in the big theater. Because this is a smaller area, they do ask you to reserve. However, you can go stand by.
Oh boy.
No, stand boys for later, but no, stand by. Hold on. So,
Sorry, I'm good.
so you can, and like 75% of the seats are still free and open. So it's very easy to see, even if you don't get a reserved ticket. There's only like 20 or 25% that's reserved.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I have another question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you have any recommendations on the beverage package?
It
Like,
depends, how much you
Yeah.
drink, really.
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
a lot of people lose money on it because they don't drink as
Yeah.
much as you want.
Okay.
It's on
Yeah.
sale now, the different packages. It depends also, are you more of a cola person, soft drink? Are you more alcoholic? Do you just want some bottled water? You know,
So if you did not get the beverage package, do you have to pay for water and coffee?
the
Yeah.
bottled
Well,
water.
yeah. Depends
Yeah.
on where you go. Basic coffee you can grab at Windjammer. But if you want the fancy coffees, yeah, you gotta pay for it. And there's a Starbucks on board as well. So yeah,
The drinks that are free,
yeah,
lemonade and iced tea, usually.
yeah.
A coffee and regular coffee and tea, during, breakfast, lunch and dinner, milk and water.
And
The
water.
water is okay to drink. It doesn't have to be bottled because they purify it and all of that. It has a little more sodium in it, so it might taste a little different, but the water you get at your meals is fine.
Just a little FYI, the water in your room is okay to drink. And I take Kool-Aid packages and shake,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and I got something to drink in my room, so.
It's a
Mhm.
good idea to bring a water bottle always.
Mhm.
I always recommend that you guys bring a water bottle with you.
Yeah.
Not only good to have when you go off the ship, but to also
Mhm.
have in your room, right?
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
I bought that beverage package twice. I don't get it no more because I get the 4 or 5 free drinks a day anyway. But I found out that, we're going to a dance club at night or something like that. Other people are using my beverage package. Hey, Brad, give me a shot of tequila, okay? But
Mhm.
but it also includes your juices like fresh squeezed orange juice and stuff like that.
nice.
Which
Mhm.
you got to pay for otherwise if you want fresh squeeze. But they also have just a juice package too. Juices, so
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
it's all free
got the soda
package.
package. I got the soda package, but
Soda
with that,
package.
they
Yeah.
give you a special cup and you have to take it to a machine and stick it in the machine or go to a bar to get it
Yeah.
filled up in that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
Okay, thank
You
you.
know, these days, if you're looking like to go on a cruise, they're including Wi-Fi and sometimes a drink package and gratuities. Is there a way you could work out some kind of deal for us for even a discount on a drink package or free Wi-Fi? I mean, I get that almost every time I cruise.
Yeah, that's a great, Robin, you have a very, very good point. Unfortunately, Royal Caribbean, they do it their way. They're biggest in the business and it's their way or, you know, the waterway. We are a small player in relation to many others, and we don't really have an impact. I wish we could. I really wish we could. And trust me, it's been on our minds. Could we do anything more? But yeah, as you really correctly point out, some other cruise lines, they include more stuff, right? But then of course, then the price goes up. So
No, the prices are low right now. They're low.
okay, well, I can't answer for others, but but you have a point, right? So, I mean, I was just recently on Holland America and some things were included, but a lot of things were not included. So it's just every cruise line does it differently. That's all I can say. I'm sorry, I can't give you a better answer than that, but it's a great, valid question you're raising. Thank you.
I see Janice has a question. Hi,
Yes,
Janice.
Janice, yes, sorry, Janice, I saw your question about excursions. Did we answer your question? Yes, no?
I think you're muted. If you see the left bottom, there's a mic you might need to push to unmute. Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Right.
Turn
Nope.
up the volume. I'm loving that cruise art you got behind you.
Sorry, we can't hear you. I think it could be a setting in your, let's see. All right. Can you, would you, Janice, would you mind writing your query? I know you were asking about recommendations of excursions. I don't personally have any recommendations. It comes down to what you are interested in. And as you can see, there's a lot of excursions to choose from. It's overwhelming, actually. Maybe take a peek again in the trip chat and see what some of your colleagues here in this trip have picked. And then also go after what you're interested in. Of course, you know, if you're interested in hiking or biking or food or culture, history, I mean, there's just, you can slot that in. There's so many options to choose from. Sorry, I can't give you a better answer than that, but you have to kind of take the time and check that out. CJ, do you have anything to add on that?
Yeah, I agree. For everyone, just think, what do you want your vacation to be? Are you interested in wildlife, the glaciers, the glacier experience? Do you want something more like a city tour, shopping? What is it? Or is it the gourmet food? And then go with that. I know in Juna, the salmon bake is very popular, but to me, it's like, well, you just ate on the ship. You're getting off to eat again. But also, I want to point out that when we get off the ship, there'll be lots of vendors, lots of local vendors who will be also selling combo tours, tours of different things, glacier tours, city tours, and they're right there. It sounds like it's pretty easy to find one like that if you just want to play it by ear. And the thing with that, though, is it's not guaranteed. With a ship excursion, it's guaranteed that they will wait for you.
Yeah.
If the excursion is late.
Yeah.
So there's another option there. Yeah.
You know, some people like to do the pan for gold stuff.
Oh, yeah, I did that once.
Yeah. Can you see that? That little thing there?
Uh-huh. I got
Oh
one of
my
those
gosh.
too. Yeah.
That's 10 years ago. That was $28 in gold dust.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Did you found that? You panned for gold and you got it?
Yeah. Pan for gold and got $28 in gold dust.
That's a
And,
lot.
Tell you,
Yeah,
the
I
day
had it,
I was there,
You could do different things with it, but they had like earrings. So I had them take an earring, put it in the earring, and I
Yeah.
had a magnet on it, and I put it on my refrigerator. But I don't know, I lost the part of the magnet.
the day I was there, we didn't find any gold. I
Well, you know, they-
noticed our tour guide shaking a little gold in some of the places, so we would find some.
Oh.
CJ,
You
this
know,
is
they're gonna make
Cindy.
sure you get some.
I read what Janice wrote in the text, even though we couldn't hear her, she was on mute. And she asked if we could put our tips on a credit card, which is
Oh,
really a
Deborah, yeah.
question that I have as well.
Okay, so which tips are you referring to? Gratuity for
Any of the
cruise?
tips, because
Yeah, so
otherwise
the-
you have to have a lot of cash with you.
Yeah, I understand. gratuity for the crew on board the ship, that's automatically added to your bill.
Oh, well, then
Your
it's not a
account.
tip.
Yeah, so that's
Oh,
always
okay.
$16 per day per person.
So they add that to your bill. Okay, so, but
They
that-
add that.
okay,
Yeah.
then there's other tips like for you guys. So can we?
So
put
for
that on
us,
credit
yeah,
card?
we take gold bars, we take Bitcoin. No,
I doubt that I'll have any of those, but a credit card, I will.
Give them
no,
cash.
but we take
That's a
cash,
little
but of
heavy in the
course,
luggage.
we take Selly,
Okay, so we need to bring
Venmo,
cash. Okay.
PayPal.
Well-
No, I get it. I know.
Like I do PayPal. That's
PayPal.
always usually very easy
Yeah.
for people. I
Oh.
haven't Venmoed yet, but
I
know, we can-
I wrote CJ a check on the last one, 'cause that was easy for me.
Yeah.
Not to have to
Yeah.
Worry about
And-
cash.
and I knew where to find her on my next cruise. So
Yeah.
she's good for it.
I
Shouldn't
can always
have
just
that.
give cash
That's right, okay.
to them.
We appreciate your consideration of that, but yeah, there's many ways of doing it, of course, and whatever works is
My
fine.
problem is I never have any cash left by the end of the trip.
I know,
that
I
was
can
my
relate.
Yeah.
Because I've been in a few of them and it's always a problem.
Yeah, I understand. I can relate to that. But there's various platforms so we can use that,
Right.
but we'll sort it
Okay.
out. We'll
But
sort it
also,
out.
Question.
I think Deborah has a more question also about the tip and how much it is.
Yeah.
So, and just to let you know, you can always change that amount if you want to, or if you need to. And Jeanette, I know last time you were talking about, you could even do cash straight to the people and not
Yeah.
use your credit card. If you wanted to do that, they have envelopes for the staff
Mhm.
right there. And that is split over everyone.
Yeah,
So it covers that $16, your room steward, your the room service, no, I'm sorry, your wait staff,
wait,
all of that sort of thing. So it covers everyone. And it
Okay, so
is,
it's not automatically put on your bill.
oh no, it's not 60, Deborah, it's 16. It's 16.
16.
Oh, good. Whew. That's where it is. No,
Yeah,
it's
that would be-
16.
You're
One
saying
six.
it's not automatically put on your bill. You have the option to put money in
In an envelope, yeah, to the.
You
to
can
the
go,
crew.
you can change it, right? And say, because
Right.
sometimes people feel like maybe my room steward will get that full amount instead of having to split
right.
it.
I see.
But they're supposed to report it. They're supposed to say, oh, I got extra.
Yeah,
Everything's supposed to be split, but that's between them. We don't know. But,
Yeah.
but,
A lot of people won't tell you that you can go to the purser's desk and say, take the tips off and give it to whoever you want to, that you feel like has helped you. But they won't tell you that, but you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
All
And
I normally do is
also- yeah.
I just let them go ahead and charge on my credit card and the basic tip. And then if I feel my cabin attendant did an extra job or the waiter was extra good,
yeah,
mm,
the last night I'll slip them some extra cash into their hand,
yeah, that's a
Shake their hand,
nice,
say thank you,
yeah.
and
There's
hopefully
all
just put it
kinds
in their pocket.
Yes.
to it.
Yes, and you know what's nice about that is it's an individual thank you, one-on-one,
Yeah.
thanking them
Exactly.
for their help when you are able to do that. So there is something about the regular way of handing it to someone. You're right, Brad.
Yeah, yeah. Right, good questions, people, good questions, really.
Hmm.
All right. Anything else? No? Well, if you have any questions, you reach out to us and, we're always here. And again, I do recommend using the Trip Chat because then you're also connecting with the rest of the folks in the group, right?
Mhm.
So,
Right, right.
right?
And it will be beautiful. It sounds beautiful out there. I just had a friend who got back. It's incredible. It's some of the most beautiful land in the world. And we are so lucky. It's part of the United States. We can
Yeah.
just easily go over there. We're going to have gourmet food and best of all, new friends, friendship. And I'm just so excited to share that beauty with you. So I can't wait to see you. And okay.
All right, guys, I appreciate, thank you so much for taking the time and hanging out with us and great questions. And again, reach out to us if there's any questions or anything you wonder about. And until then, until we see you in Seattle, take care, everyone. And yeah, see you soon.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Adios.
Thank you. Bye.
See you later.